there. I'm working bright.
Shine Runners Racing Radio Show is dedicated to the fans, drivers, promoters, and most importantly, the families of local auto racing. Our mission and commitment is to help build, promote, and support the local tracks across the country.
Shine Runners Racing Radio right here up in the house tonight, y'all. It's time to drop the hammers. We got some awesome stuff coming up, man. Hollywood, the man, the myth, the legend, but you can only pick one right here beside me. What's going on, buddy?
Man, I've been in Disney for 11 days. I have lost my mind. Your mom asked me if I was jet lagged. I said, no, I'm kid lagged. But check out these fancy glasses. Look at these things right here. Boy. All the way down to nothing. I can stick them in my pocket right there.
That's awesome, man. Always Hollywood glasses style. Man, tonight we're going to be talking about something a little bit different than we've ever talked about. We have got the man in the house, the wheel man. He's drove just about everything you could imagine. We're going to be talking about some side-by-side racing with Lance West here this evening. We've got Ben McCall in the house, man, and I tell you what, he's firing up that Carolina Sprint Tour. I'm excited to get him on the shoot tonight. Sasquatch has found his way in. We'll turn it on over to our pit panel here this evening. Racing Ryan, what's going on, man?
Nothing much. We're back after a 3-week break, and that's about it.
Glad to see you guys fared the storm.
Yeah.
Now, what do you think about this weekend? I know we're going to talk about it a little bit more, but
that's exactly.
He's our new acrobat, you know. Do you think it's gonna be on time, or is it gonna be a mess?
Now, I believe it'll be a little bit of both.
Yeah. So, sorry we had a little interruption in there, but on the panel tonight we have also got our main man Ben McCall. How you doing, buddy? Good. You can pull that to you if you need to. Make sure that thing's turned on a little bit, and you. Firing up the sprint tour. You've been doing the mini sprints. Now you've gone into the big cars. What's the feeling of the big wheel now?
It's a whole lot of fun. I mean, 500 horsepower under your feet is kind of hard to handle.
That's like saddling up on a straight rocket.
Yes, sir.
No doubt, man. And Lance West, how you doing, bud?
I'm doing great, man. How
That's
you doing?
good to have you here, man. I tell you what, and we've talked a lot about all types of racing, and you've pretty much been through it all. Made laps on dirt, asphalt, now doing the side-by-side racing.
Yeah, I'll drive anything with wheels on. If it's got 4 wheels, 2 wheels, 8 wheels, it don't matter. I'll drive it.
I put on there that if you actually go to the dictionary and look up, drive the wheels off of it, your name is in there somewhere.
I've literally done it before.
And Sasquatch, what's going on, man? Right there's your microphone.
Fighting mosquitoes, bro.
That is the truth.
I had to get checked in before I come in. They were standing at the door, guarding the place.
Well, it's a good thing tonight you didn't have to wear a tutu.
Thank you.
But we are reaching. We did get 3,400 and over 3,500 on our follows. So make sure you go on and like.
He won't even sit over here in the screen because he's afraid I'll put another tutu on him.
Am I not in the screen?
Go sit in your seat. See, that's what
happened. No, I'm good. Yeah, Lance will take care of me. I'm in here. But no, I'm glad y'all didn't get that goal.
That's right.
Even though they gave you an extra week.
Right. Anyway, well, we're going to get you in that tutu one way or another, man. But
man, come on.
Huh?
Oh, there you go. That's
yeah,
a
we'll
lot
put it
better.
on him.
That's a lot better.
They make one that big?
Huh?
They make one that big?
I'm sure we can find one.
Yeah,
sure
they
we can
do.
find one.
They do.
But before we actually get started here tonight, man, get going on things like we always do, we definitely want to reach out. We always, like we always say in racing, there's two things that are always welcome. That's the good Lord and our great country. And before we turn it over to Mom on our opening prayer, just want to send the prayers out to the Core and Cashwell family. The racing world has lost a good one. I tell you what, ML Core, a good man, Precision Machine, Precision Auto, yeah. And, man, I tell you what, Prestige, yeah. So around all kinds of racing, both these guys are, that family's a good friends of ours and great family, and we definitely want to keep them in our prayers. Also, the McFadden family, Billy McFadden's brother went on to be with the Lord, and pray for the flood victims out there. There's still a lot of people who are right now suffering from the effects of Hurricane Florence, and also Greg Hodnett, is that the gentleman's name that passed away at Baps Motor Speedway in that sprint car? Keep his family in prayers as well. But at this time, if you would please, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to take it to the Lord. Mama.
Lord, we just thank you for this day, and we thank you for getting us to this point, bringing us through the storm. Father, it was a mighty storm, but that's okay because we know you part waters, and we know that you laid your hand upon each of us and kept us safe. Father, I pray for the families that did lose loved ones during the storm and lost their homes and stuff, that you'll just surround them and lift them up, Lord, and just show them you're there, and that all the glory will be upon you. Father, I just ask that each family that has been touched by a loved one going home to be with you, that you'll give them peace in their heart, love in their mind, and such sweet memories of their loved ones. Father, we know that there will come a time that all of us apart, and we just ask that your hand be there to greet us whenever that time comes. Lord, I ask you to continue to keep us safe. Watch us as the water rise again on the Cape Fear this weekend. Be with each of us. Lord, just bind us up, hold us tight, show us your love as we show you ours. Father, these things we ask in your gracious name. Amen.
Amen. And at this time, ladies and gentlemen, if you would please stand for the singing of our national anthem. Start your engine. Oh, yes, we get the engine started up here tonight on the show, man. Taking a little different approach to things. We got our guest up on the panel, and we're going to be talking. Miss Lisa Halls here from Crown Trophy. It's getting about that time, award ceremony and, all that good stuff, end of the year points. Speaking of that, we won the championship in 2 cycles this year.
Congratulations. Bring home the hardware.
Did. Braden Johnson put it down there, man, and swept the whole year for the GOAT. And I tell you what a great run they had down there, and I'll get into a little bit more of that when we get into karting tonight. But just want to reach out there and thank all the folks who are making it possible for us. Raging Rooster Catering, A1 Portable Toilets, A1 Landscaping and Lot Clearing, Temple Mechanical, Fast Tracks Mudbox, Bellinger Signs and Graphics, Redline Speed Shop, Captain Rooster Flags, TNT Speed Shop, CNN Pressure Washing, and Ronald Prater, State Farm. State Farm. And prayers going out to Ronald's family, man. Ronald's house caught on fire during the storm.
Oh, no.
Yeah, so, prayers going out to their family as well.
Yeah,
Hope
and I don't know what happened with his, but I can tell people, when you go, if you're going to try to do the back feeding thing like we were talking about earlier, make sure you know what you're doing.
Yeah.
If you're going to back feed into that that breaker box, you can mess up quick.
Mike Sellers wanted to know, Ben, who's your favorite driver? You can say me, man. It's fun. I mean, you know, you don't have to hurt my feelings.
It all depends on what class we're talking about.
All right. So, Mike, there's your answer, man. Anyway, man, a lot of things coming up in racing. A lot of rain out, being a hurricane going on and everything. But, you know, I was definitely looking forward to the Fayetteville Motor Speedway weekend.
I was too, man. That was going to be a lot of racing.
But it just makes that much more excitement for coming up for the $25,000 that's going to be thrown down, man. The Cash Money 100. You've been talking. People's been getting up with you. What's some of the guys that are going to be coming?
Today's been a very busy day as far as rules and whatnot and what's this and what's that. And does my car fit the rules? But it's going to be a pretty good show. Just some quick off the top of my head, Jason Fitzgerald from Florida. Yeah, I hadn't talked to Cat Daddy yet to see if he was still coming. Brian Mullis, of course, Willie and guys like that will be here. There's still a few that I want to hold back, you know, but I think it'll be pretty good. There's going to be supposedly there's little combination drivers and some teaming up that's going to be done on this deal.
Coming in next episode 20, we're going to have Sean Harrell in the house. He's going to be talking about, because I tell you what, he's on the rail too, buddy, and he's going to be a good contender for that $25,000, I believe. There's a couple of Dustin Mitchell, he's rolling, you know, and Willie's rolling, and Sean Sewell is. It's going to be a great show. You do not want to miss that, believe me.
Congrats to Dustin Mitchell. He just got engaged too. So.
Oh, yeah. I seen that the other day. Congratulations. Don't do it, Dustin. But getting into talking to some of our guys we got here tonight. Lance West on the panel. Lance, man, you've turned a lot of laps.
Yeah, I've done quite a bit. It's weird to talk about it, but you say you've been doing it for 20 years. It's like, wow, it won't long ago I was like this guy over here, real young, and done a lot of laps, and enjoyed every minute of it.
Now, what'd you start in?
We started in go-karts when I was about 12 or 13, and moved up into pure stock. I know Fayetteville Speedway had a big problem back then. It wasn't common for somebody 14 to actually race, and had to go through a lot of stuff to get me in, but my mom and dad were persistent with them, and they got me in. And the car you see now was that actually happened the first race. The damage on the side of it. Hey, I was, like back then I was fearless. It was just, I look back at it now and I'm like, man, I was crazy.
And I see that too a lot in the go-karting realm of things. I see the whole fearless in these Junior 1 drivers and the red plate drivers and stuff. And I'm going to tell you what, go back to Triple T Raceway's page and look at that Junior 1 race with Racing Hayes coming through there. I mean, there was probably 14 lead changes in that race. Wow. It was off the chain. And them guys were driving, man. It was really good stuff. But you do see a lot with the younger generation drivers that they don't realize they heal quicker or something.
Yeah, I mean, I've noticed today, like driving a car, today, I think more about it. When I was 15, 16 years old, the thought of hitting a wall never crossed your mind. When you're 34,
does it cross yours, Ben?
It's happened before.
Yeah. Well, if you hit it,
then you think about it then. Yeah.
But I mean, it took me a while. But now, when I dive down in the corner, you're like, whoa, that was pretty fast. But back down, and I was thinking to myself, back when I was young, that thought never crossed my mind. I just drove it down in
just
the corner,
go in there hard.
But it's catching up with me. It's weird.
Well, it really don't look like it, because I've seen that side by side on 2 wheels. I've seen it about 10 foot in the air. Yeah.
I think we got the record in Statesville. We jumped about 110 feet in Statesville. It's a long ways. I don't know if y'all got them, but there's a couple pictures of me at least probably 40 feet in the air.
Good gracious.
That was crazy. That's one of them. I used to tell the guys that, as long as I could have one wheel on the ground, I was good.
Yeah.
But I didn't like the jumping part of it. I had an awesome sponsor come in this year, Pack Springs, and one of their awesome shock guys set me up so where when I would hit the jumps, I would fly straight. And I got you, man. I love it now.
Yeah.
I'm hitting everything, wide open, and just I really love the jumps.
And you don't really hear much about the whole side-by-side racing.
Right.
But what got you into that? I mean, you've done asphalt. I seen a good friend of mine, we're common friends, Ryan Godwin.
Right. Yeah. He used to help
when
me on my car. He used
your
to-
asphalt late model,
Yeah.
right?
Uh-huh.
And you've raced pretty much everything there is on dirt at Fayetteville Motor Speedway.
Right.
What got you into the side-by-sides
Well,
now?
it was honestly kind of an accident. I wasn't, planning on doing it. I actually had bought a side-by-side for my dad before I went to Afghanistan, and just so he'd have something to ride around on before I left. And when I got back, there was a race at Busco Beach. It's a side-by-side race. And I'm like, well, shoot, I'll take mine out there and run. And I think we won it. And from them on out, I just kind of, and it was a gradual thing. And it's gradually came to the East Coast. And it's still not really, I can't just take off like go to Fayetteville Speedway. There's not a lot of options. I'm having to go to Georgia right now to race. But, it's starting to pick up, and that's what we're trying to do, is starting to pick up, because a lot of people have got these things. My side-by-side is stock, other than a few suspension updates and some different tires. I put the Hoosier tires. I do run the flat track. If I'm running on the GP or motocross track, run the Hoosier tires. Same tires that Open Wheel Modifieds run. The suspension updates, and we've done extremely well with it.
Now, do you get into tire prep with that, or?
Actually, this past race, I actually did. I made my own tire prep and grind them down and everything, because I knew there was going to be some really stiff competition in Georgia. There's some of them guys, the pro riders that are, sponsored riders. They've got they got race cars.
Yeah.
They don't have. I take mine to West Virginia and go trail riding. They don't do that with theirs. Theirs are dedicated race
Now, did
cars.
you, on the whole side-by-side deal, did you take your knowledge from the dirt late models and suspension and stuff like that? Do you set the car up, for different tracks? Or what,
Yeah.
What do you call that thing? A buggy? Side-by-side?
Side-by-side. There's so many. There's not an official name for it. There's UTV, there's side-by-side, buggy. Some people call it a car. I don't know what the actual car
Are the shocks getting to be in those like they are on the dirt tracks and
Oh, yeah.
Shocks. Imagine with y'all jumping and stuff, the shocks and spring combination is
Yeah,
huge.
the shocks on these things are I'd say they're more advanced than some of the dirt.
Oh, I
late
can
model
imagine,
stuff.
yeah.
The shocks on mine are over 3 feet tall.
Yeah, you got a lot of
Good
travel
Lord.
in those
They're
things,
just
right?
tall. I got around 2 foot of shock travel.
Crazy.
Shine.
It's insane and the technology on these things from 5 years ago. 5 years ago, they were trail things that you would take to the farm, and now they are full-out race machines that you can go to the factory and pick up and take it to the race.
Old boy said the other day. And you probably know you got one. It was like $25,000.
Yeah, that's
for
like
these.
Yeah,
base
they're
price
up
though.
there.
That's not even counting what all he's done to it.
Yeah,
Good
the
Lord.
guys. I know. Last year, I got the privilege of racing with Johnny Greaves, and if anybody knows Johnny, he's 7-time off-road champion, Pro 4 racer, Monster Energy driver, and he told me he had $100,000 in his.
That's
side-by-side.
ridiculous.
Nice.
And it wasn't even. There wasn't anything stock about it. It was a Yamaha. It was a factory Yamaha, but there's nothing stock about it.
And
What-
I want to show the picture, these folks right here now. And it's not like,
Oh yeah, that.
what happened right here?
I can guarantee you one that would not have raced that day. Do you have a clue who that might
That
be?
one.
No.
Let me see that thing.
I'm not racing.
Hey,
No, hey,
Yeah,
no,
look at my-
hey,
look at
Look
my-
at his helmet.
That brings back bad memories right there.
yeah,
Hey,
right.
soon as
Rachel
I
Ryan
seen
had one like that
Stilo
one night.
with that Stilo helmet, which is an expensive helmet, with that kind of money, no.
Yeah.
No, sir,
That
not
right there
me.
would have went real
So
good with
you
them
would've
white
got
shoes.
your-
forever to clean my
I
helmet.
bet it did. That's
would've
what I
got-
told Rooster earlier when I found that picture. I said, man, I
Your
know.
white shoes would have got dirty.
Oh, yeah. No, I wouldn't have made it.
I mean, that the man is nothing but business. When he walks in the go-kart racing place with his own helmet.
Well, I just don't like wearing those helmets that everybody else is wearing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because they've been sweating in them and stuff.
Yeah.
Hell, if I'm gonna smell sweat, I want to smell my own
I
sweat.
said, this guy's got his own helmet and
Oh, he does.
his racing shoes
He
on.
does. He said he's going to take his white shoes this year to
But
Charlotte.
Damn
it
right
really,
I am.
I don't think, I still think he could have been wearing Reeboks and still whooped your ass, Ryan.
Whoa.
I mean,
Whoa.
What you at me for?
Whoa.
I'm just saying.
Hey, we are 36 days
Wait,
away.
I think we got him right here. There he is.
Oh, come on now.
He's still a little salty.
So what what does you guys' run around? I mean, when you start talking about spring suspension, all that stuff, what price range does it take to get into the bigger size sprint cars?
Oh, it's not much more expensive than the small cars. I can't really remember off the top of my head because I'm not the businessman, but we don't carry that many shocks with us. But when it comes to adjusting, you better be changing some shocks.
Right.
We tried it from a dry slack track to a tacky track. It's total different setups.
And a lot of people talk about the whole shock game.
It's huge.
In racing, it's a shock game. I mean, in cars or sprint cars or whatever, but in go-karts, it's a tire game.
Yeah.
But it's
All
the tire
time.
game
But
is
if you
starting to
think about
trans.
it, the tire on a go-kart
Yeah.
is the shock.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You know, so it's kind of, you don't
And we picked up, man, some speed. I jacked my tires on up there to about 45 pounds. I did 40 on the left, 45 on the right, and some Braden was moving. I had a guy come to me. He's like, "Boy, that thing's rolling." I said, "Yeah, got him pumped up there." Now,
The tire
getting
game-
the tires up, because this is only 1.5 horsepower engine on those kid carts.
Oh, wow.
But they're still turning about 40, 45 mile an hour.
Yeah.
So.
If the go-kart guys would have got more involved about 10 years ago in the dirt late models and stuff, it would. There's no telling where they'd be now. I mean, I think just in maybe the last 5 years, the dirt cars have started saying, "Oh, okay, so there's something to this tire prep." I mean,
Now, do they allow them to do like? I've heard.
No, not anything legit. They don't.
Yeah.
There's some little series out there about.
I mean, I heard
in
some
the
stuff
western
that
part allows a
went
punch
back
rule.
with Bobby Pierce with the whole tire deal, and they now they went back and they took a lie detector test. The whole crew did. That turns out everybody was telling the truth. So
Well, the thing with it is sometimes like those bigger traveling series, they'll go and buy all these tires, and if they don't use them, they turn them back in.
they don't know
And
where the tire come from.
Yeah,
I
so,
mean, somebody
there's a-
might have spilt some stuff on it. It wasn't Bobby's fault. They didn't actually spill it on there. It just so happened to. See,
But they've never had to deal with it like in go-karts where that's the name of the game is prepping.
yeah.
But it's getting so. I mean, I got a new tire machine right back there by that door. I mean, tire game is where it's
I
at
thought that
now.
was a pretty cool deal. I
That's
didn't
the
quite
whole-
know what it was, but I was like, I could
Yeah.
do some damage with this mule.
Yeah.
Do y'all do tire prepping anything, or do y'all have like a durometer reading? I know we were out at Rockfish. It's been a little while back, and they were out there and they punched this guy's tire, and it was under 40, and
Yeah, we do all durometers, but we try to make them as tacky as we can. If there's an edge, we got to take it.
I've seen a lot of sprint car racing is really muddy tracks.
Well, y'all do a lot of grooving and I mean all kinds of crazy stuff with those tires. And that the one thing that I've noticed that went back, this is years and years when I used to watch the World Outlaws when they used to be on like TNT and stuff back in the day. After a race or a heat race, everybody was swarmed to the car at one. And they were all looking at the right rear tire. Nobody cared. I was like, man, these guys don't even care. People are all over their car. But that's a good thing about sprint car racing. Is they don't. I mean, they're like, they come over there. There was people measuring those tires.
Yeah.
I mean, are y'all still that way about helping each other out?
Oh yeah. If someone needs something, like I just got off the phone with one of my buddies. He broke a header at a last race. We just bought a new pair, so might as well give him our old ones.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Cool.
We're hoping to get into sprints. We're actually looking now. I've second mortgaged the house, and I've sold the old lady off. She just don't know it. We're trying to buy.
I got a great deal on her too, by the way.
It was. Trying to find a junior sprint for Wyatt. We want to get into something like that next year and see how he, takes on that aspect. And I love go-kart racing, but the sprint car, man, it's got a full containment seat and a roll bar. And it's funny to watch them little kids. They'll roll it over, they'll tip it back up, boom, fire it right back and go again. Now, have you been in sprint car racing your whole time? Is that where you started at?
I started in yard carts at Rockfish.
Uh-huh.
It might as well be sprint car racing.
Right.
But junior sprint class of Rockfish is probably the best starting class around. I mean, the rules are so strict on them that they can't do much. It's all learning the car and learning how to drive, how to get around the track.
I like Rockfish, man. You can get in there 4 o'clock. You're at Taco Bell by like 8:45. You know what I'm saying?
And trust me, you get a full workout in at that place, son.
Yeah.
Because it is constant. And a lot of people don't know, Ben, that your dad actually built a lot of the chassis that y'all ran, right?
Yes, sir. Other than my go-kart races I did, I've always been in a McCall chassis, but when we moved up to the
Hey,
big cars,
take that microphone out.
There you go.
Hey, you don't have to talk like you're talking to Uncle Frank,
wait.
but just kind of. I left, dude. This is no lie. I don't know if anybody in our viewing audience knows Uncle Frank Averett, but I left Uncle Frank's house the other day, and I called my wife, and I was hollering in the phone. She's like, "What are you hollering for?" I said, "Oh, I just left Uncle Frank's. I hadn't acclimated back to the norm yet." You know, he'd kick my butt if he heard I said that.
It's a
about it.
workout.
Yeah.
But, I mean, not only did he make the chassis, I mean, he would make all the body parts, everything, all the fiberglass molds and everything for that whole car. He made it, like right there in y'all's
Yes,
shop.
sir. Yes.
And that's amazing, man. To sit there and build a car from scratch right there in the backyard, that's what it's about.
Yeah.
I'm sure you've learned a lot from him.
Oh yes, sir. I'm starting to learn how to weld, get my feet wet, and just see where it goes.
Yep.
And that's awesome, man. You and your dad spending time together, and I see that a lot in racing families. To get, and that's the you know, we talk about it. We had our juniors drivers, and thank you, ladies and gentlemen out there, for helping our junior driver episode get to 10,000 views on that last one. We greatly appreciate it. But we talk a lot about families in racing, man, and spending time with your dad, and as you grow, you know, when you turn 18, how old are you now?
16.
When you turn 18, your dad's going to know where you're at. You're going to be working on the race car. You know
Yes,
what I'm
sir.
saying? That's where your passion, your heart's at, is in that. It's not out, you know, cruising off to whatever's
Trust
going
me,
on
he
nowadays
won't
in
be
this
able to
world.
afford drugs or alcohol.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, man, no.
Yeah. So, but what's that to you? What's that mean to you, the whole aspect of racing and spending that time with your dad? And
It's-
family, for that
yeah,
matter, because your mom's always there, too.
It's
you know?
great because, I mean, it's a whole family ordeal. But, I mean, I spend time with my dad all the time, get to spend time with my grandfather. It's great being a third-generation driver. I mean, there's so much history there.
I was pulling it up, man, and I seen some of your dad's race cars had some rock tires on it. I'm just joking, man. No, but I seen some cool pictures of him too back in the day racing them. Dad, did you ever race, Jody?
Me?
Back in where all did we go? Hammer Down.
Hammer down.
Yep.
Flintstone Speedway was probably me.
Yeah. Dad drove for Gene Manning.
Yeah, I drove for Gene Manning.
Yeah, the black number 23K. That was on one wheel. I'll never forget it. Yeah, Mom liked to beat the side of the trailer out that night. Because Dad was one of them ones, too. He just didn't care much for letting out, you know. But
That's a knee slapper.
Killed one.
But, man, I tell you what, we still got a lot more talking to do. We're going to go ahead and go into commercial, go ahead and get some of these shout-outs to some of these guys that are making it possible for us. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you would stick with us while we go into commercial. When we come back, we're going to be talking to Lisa from Crown Trophy.
Yeah, I'm married. Doesn't matter. You do that for me? Really? Yeah, I'd like that.
Who are you talking to?
It's Jake from State Farm. Sounds like a really good deal.
Jake from State Farm at 3 in the morning. Who is this?
It's Jake from State Farm.
What are you wearing, Jake from State Farm?
Khakis?
She sounds hideous.
Well, she's a guy, so.
Another reason more people stay with State Farm. Get to a better state.
Looking to ease the pain of cooking for your guests? Tired of hosting the party but staying on the grill all night? Let us help you. Raging Rooster, a fully functional rolling kitchen loaded with the official chicken wings of Shine Runners Racing Radio. Owned and operated by Tony and Bobby Jackson. Contact them at 237-4565 or jackson.bobby@yahoo.com. Raging Rooster Wings, come get you some. What you're about to witness is a true and factual story. While enjoying a nice summer day at the racetrack, Emmett, unbeknownst to him, ate an astronomical amount of turd circle burners. What happened next is why you should choose A1 portable toilets. Have those racetrack hot dogs ever made a second appearance? Have you scampering around like the last lap dash of the Daytona 500? Well, worry no more. With A1 portable toilets on your backside, you will have the best seat in the house. A1 portable toilets are a premier choice for all types of portable toilet needs. Construction sites, racetracks, events, big and small, A1 can handle them all. Contact them today at 910-484-5219 or A1 portable toilets at AOL.com. Back in the action here tonight at the Steel, ladies and gentlemen, and we have got our lady in the house, Miss Lisa from Crown Trophy. How you doing, darling?
I am good. How are y'all?
I can't complain a bit. Man, I tell you what, a lot of things are transpiring. It's almost the end of the racing season. There's award ceremonies. There's thank you for my sponsors. There's all kinds of stuff, and you guys are the one-stop shop to make that all happen.
Absolutely.
You're going to have to eat that microphone.
Oh, as loud as my mouth is?
But so tell us a little bit about Crown Trophy and what all you guys have. And
Well, Jackie Bauer and my name is Lisa Hall. We own Crown Trophy, which we are nationally known and locally owned. And the one thing, if I could give you a hint of what needs to happen in this area, is we need to shop locally.
Right.
Support.
We always, I post a lot of times on my face page, if someone owns a business that's in this area, you know, let's help out locally. Or even we talk about sponsors all the time. I mean, Jinx, just come up. Jinx has been working. How you doing, brother? Jinx's car is a rolling Billboard sponsorship. And, you know, we tell people all the time, I know nobody at Jersey Mike's knows who I am, but when I go in there and buy a sandwich, I'm like, hey, man, I'm getting one Jersey Mike's fan. Kyle, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
We utilize these sponsors. We work together, and it grows everything. I mean, because the people that are sponsoring your car, if folks are coming to them because of you, you know what I'm saying? It really builds and grows more. And the whole thing, like, we got the all the backyard trophies coming from Crown Trophy.
Right.
Last year's Kid Kart Championship trophies. You guys do all the Fishing to Fight Cancer trophies and all that stuff. And so it's actually a good thing to you know, buy from you guys locally.
Absolutely. We have a large variety of awards, whether they be trophies, plaques, medals. We have a graphic artist that's in the shop that can actually make the colored logos and stuff to go in your trophies, plaques, medals, and so forth. So actually make them custom for you guys.
Now, can I see that ribbon you got there? I do not whatsoever condone participation trophies. But first, second, and third, you can get these things for about what? They're
that
like
was a custom.
$2 and some change. $2.99, I think. $3.39. So something as small as this, you know, it's good to have that check. You know, but having something cool like this to put on your mantle or something like that for the low cost of $3 and something, you know what I mean? It kind of get, and I do this too, and we took the money from the we took the money from the raffle, the Ultimate Tailgate raffle, and that's what we're actually buying. We bought all of the ribbons for the red plate class backyard. And we're buying all the end-of-the-year trophies out of that money from the Ultimate Tailgate raffle. So, you know, and it's cool, man. These kids, I never thought about it. My daddy had probably 500 trophies. And when we moved, he threw every one of them away. I got one from B&M, and I got one from East Mountain Speedway.
Dad did the same thing.
That was his.
He had tons of them.
And, Bo, we were in the shop the other day, and I had a bunch of trophies that I've won from go-kart racing and slot car racing and whatnot, and I looked out and went to get in the truck, and the whole back of my truck was filled up with trophies. And I said, what are you doing, son? He was like, I want these trophies, Daddy. You want them, and I want to have them. So we don't really think about that, you know what I mean, until it doesn't don't throw those trophies away.
No, definitely don't. I mean, my dad was the same as you. I mean, he used to have trophies lined around the house from go-kart racing and everything else. And same thing, when he moved, threw them away. And I used to idolize those things. When I was a little kid, I mean, he had trophies that tall. I mean, huge trophies. And I was like, where'd they all go? Oh, I threw them things. Why?
Yeah,
I mean,
they're just collecting dust.
Yeah.
I don't even need that.
That's them old men.
But it's a lot of memories, man. I mean,
a lot of hard work went into winning those.
I could tell we were going through them, and he was like, Daddy, where'd you get this one from? And I was like, I got this from Shiloh's Raceway, the father and son race.
Right.
And then where'd you get this? This was the first one I ever won at Johnson County. And I finished second that night and tore the whole go-kart all to hell, but ended up getting back up front. You know what I mean? And all those memories come back. So you guys are more than a trophy store. Right. You're actually a memory. You know, you might help with Alzheimer's someday.
I mean, and speaking of, my son had his first year in, they call it Rugrats. And we got our trophies for the team from Crown Trophy.
Cool.
It was the Eastover Red Sox. And to me, that's special for me because that's the first trophy my son ever got. You know? And so I've got it up there because he wanted to play with it. I was like, nah, you're not going to play with this one. We're going to keep this one. But thank you for that. We loved them. And
so
all the kids did too.
You guys can go from, like I say, you've got the medallions, you've got rings, you've got plaques. And how tall trophy can you build?
As tall as you want.
Yeah.
I mean,
as tall as your pocket.
Yeah, as tall as your pocket. Yeah.
I would be, I wish more tracks would come to you guys and get trophies. Because, I mean, seriously, you don't, like, as far as, it's cool to have the envelope. Because I tell you what happens. When I finish, I get my envelope, it goes in my nightstand beside my bed. But that trophy, that's what I want. I mean, I want the money that comes with winning.
But if the
I
neon
really
body
want
paint,
the damn trophy.
If the neon body paint bottle falls over and spills, your envelope's messed up.
Yeah, that's one thing I noticed about the difference in dirt and asphalt racing. I've got very few dirt racing trophies from Fayetteville Speedway. I've got a couple Rookie of the Years and stuff like that that you would get at the end of the season. But when I went to asphalt racing, if you finish top 3, you got a trophy.
Yeah, and they would.
I've got a whole room full, and every one of them I remember, but I don't really. The memory is real foggy on the top 3s that I got at Fayetteville. Yeah. And there was several of them, but but when I look at each one of those trophies, I'm like, yep, I remember that night. This happened. Because
you raced at Southern National up at Kenley, so after the race, they would pull the front 3 right on the front the front straightaway, and they would interview.
Racing around.
I mean, they didn't take a lot of time.
Big banner would come out.
Yeah,
the guys
interviewed them. And you get it done, and then the next one.
Would you like that hand racing Ryan? Let him hold and see what a first place trophy feels like.
You want to hold this trophy? You want to hold that trophy?
See what it feels like.
No? Okay.
By the time they'd hand out the participation trophies, I've already lost it. So I'm headed to the house.
So what usually around price range are you talking about trophies? Just say starter pricing on trophies.
Starter price usually is like $425, and that's your smaller trophy, and they go up. Like for instance, this particular trophy is $40.
And that's not bad. Let me see that.
It's a metal cup with a custom disc at the top.
And that's a $40 trophy right there. I mean, that's an end of the year, a nice end of the year.
No, let him hold it.
I got it.
Because that's about the closest he's going to get to a trophy.
Yeah.
No, he is not.
Then you're not supposed to hold the trophy.
Well, tell him.
36 days.
You're supposed to go to the winner's circle before you get your first win.
36 days.
36 days. That man is counting the hours. So this is a product, and you've got a Mylar on the top. And I know that because I frequent you guys. The Mylar, like that's a Triple T Raceway Mylar. You can custom make that and make it that racetrack's actual thing, or toppers, go-karts, fish, whatever.
Right. Whatever they want. We have hundreds of different toppers, and usually if we don't have it, we'll get it.
Right. Now, what's the turnaround time? Like we say, it's
3 to 5
it's
business
fixing to be
days,
ceremony season. You know, tracks are going to do ceremonies and stuff like that, so they're going to need a trophy. So if you guys, if you're interviewing tonight, man, go in, talk to Lisa or Miss Jackie, and tell them, hey, I saw this on Shine Runners Racing Radio, and you know, get hooked up with the
Right. We also
program.
have a catalog. We have a catalog, and our www.crowntrophy.com/Fayetteville, North
Okay.
Carolina.
And they can also find you guys on Facebook.
Right.
Y'all have a website as well?
Right. Then that was a website.
And I think
couldn't think of the word.
Wild One over here is tagging it in it right now. But
But and also we have quantity pricing for people that are buying in bulk. I know that was one of your questions.
Yeah.
So we basically have a 1 to 24, a 25 to 99, a 100 to 249, and a 250 plus. So you
Right.
have prices for each one of those.
Oh, cool. So if you buy in more, it's
Right.
actually
You
cheaper.
buy more, you spend less.
Yeah, awesome, man. And I definitely promote tracks, man. Go out because it makes these kids. We give them medallions and they love that. There's something to hang out. And White's got a whole. I mean, he's got more trophies than I got already. You're right. You're right. But second place still gets a trophy.
And we've pinned Crown Trophy's Facebook page at the top of the comment, so go over there and give them a like and make sure to patronize their business.
Yeah, definitely. Great ladies and do a lot for the community. I mean, you guys have been supporters of and major sponsors for Fishing to Fight Cancer for going on, I think, 11 years now.
Yes.
Right at 12 years. Yeah. And we thank you for that. And you know, all them proceeds from that go into St. Jude's Children's Hospital. And, yeah, we greatly appreciate it. And they're actually working on some belts for us. For our fall brawl, and it's actually going to be like wrestling belts that the guys are going to win, or ladies, or whatever. You know what I mean? And
now, if someone wants to have a trophy made just as a gag gift or just anything like that, we can. You guys can do that too, right?
We do, and we do a lot of custom orders for the military and stuff like that. Like they'll bring in part of their parachute and want that on a trophy,
Right.
or on a plaque, and so we.
I want to come there and I want to get one that says my favorite second place, and I'm gonna give it to Racing Ryan over here when we leave from the GoPro karting complex in Charlotte this year. Well, every year we go up there and we race.
It's not gonna happen, dude.
And he gets so sad because he doesn't get a trophy. Because I always take home
Sad?
the
You
first
call that
place.
sad?
Well, it's probably more pouting. Number one powder, you should get a trophy for that. That's the one you should get
We
a trophy
can't go
for.
on Friday because he'll whine the rest of the weekend.
Yeah, we're gonna have to go the last day.
Whatever y'all say, it ain't happening this year. I'm prepared like no other.
in a world,
We're gonna have
This ain't a fairy tale.
We're gonna have to definitely shoot more up on that.
It better
one.
be if you plan on beating me.
Now, what's the phone number to get in contact with you, ladies?
910-323-3005.
Awesome. So definitely, ladies and gentlemen, patronize these folks. Great ladies. I tell you what, Miss Jackie and Miss Lisa doing awesome things. And it's award season time.
Mm-hmm.
It's that time for you track owners and promoters and stuff like that. And I tell you what, speaking of trophies and stuff like that, Gen 3 Performance Imaging, they do photos. And I had every one of Wyatt's sponsors last year. I had Joseph make them, you know, with their emblem on the photo of Wyatt and everything else. And you wouldn't believe those folks, when you go back to them, after a little bit, showing a little bit of appreciation, they're going to come back to you. You know what I mean? It works out in the long run. You're going to have to get a sponsor just to buy trophies for all, or plaques for all of your sponsors this year. A sponsor to buy plaques for the sponsors. He's got about he's like Randy White. He's got like 1,800 sponsors, man. Like he's got them like me. I sell my left tit. And look, I got military surplus on, or military luggage company on there tonight. I'm running out of room, boys. Yeah.
Fig Newtons is interested.
Yeah. So make sure you get in contact with our friends Lisa and Jackie down there at Crown Trophy. Thank you so much for coming in tonight. We greatly appreciate it. And I hope your leg gets better.
Oh, I know.
Yeah. You should slow down on those things. Man, we're going to go into commercial, ladies and gentlemen. When we come back, we're going to throw back around some more pit chat, get to talking about what's going on in the racing world. Got a break.
Want to get that winter circle look before you even get to the track? Well, say goodbye to that bushy mess and hello to the look of sheer success with Eastover Barbershop, located conveniently off I-95 exit 56 on Dunn Road, directly in front of Eastover Fire Department, at 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. Tuesday through Friday, specializing in all men's and boys' cuts, styles, and shaves. Best barber by Reader's Choice, 2 years running with over 21 years experience. We have what it takes to give you that winning look. Call Eastover Barbershop today at 910-751-0964.
It's your job to put it in the winner circle, but it's ours to make your ride stand out above the rest. With full-colored wraps or die-cut designs, Bellinger Signs and Graphics is sure to put you in the eyes of the fans. That's not all. We do custom yard signs, storefront, and your everyday decal. Come see us today at Bellinger Signs and Graphics, 3392 Dunn Road, Eastover, North Carolina.
Yeah, I'm married. Doesn't matter. You do that for me? Really? Yeah, I'd like that.
Who are you talking to?
It's Jake from State Farm. Sounds like a really good deal.
Jake from State Farm at 3 in the morning. Who is this?
It's Jake from State Farm.
What are you wearing, Jake from State Farm?
Khakis.
She sounds hideous.
Well, she's a guy, so...
Another reason more people stay with State Farm. Get to a better state.
Yes, back in the action, ladies and gentlemen. We're sitting here with the North Carolina Nightmare. He said, Dad, I want to talk about some racing. So we're going to put him up here on the panel tonight as we get ready to pass around a little bit of what's going on out there in the world. I'm going to start a little bit with the go-kart racing. And got to send out a huge shout-out to our main man, Austin Banker, taking it him and Hollywood Racing Hayes. We had him on the last show going all the way down to Downing, Missouri, man, picking up the win down there. And Austin Banker is the first man in history to win the South and the Midwest version of the Maxxis, man, doing it big. We posted the videos on the Shine Runners page. It was pretty awesome. He was pretty excited. And Racing Hayes, man, coming through there on that Premier chassis, picking up that Max Championship for Junior 1. Now, Triple T, you know, we always talk about Triple T. I have to say it, dude. Them guys put down in one day 2 practices, 2 qualifying, and 27 main events in one afternoon, son, and we would have been out of there by 10 o'clock that evening had the lights not shut out. These guys, they were coming around to take the green. Thank God they hadn't fully accelerated, and the lights shut out on the racetrack. Talk about a pucker factor, no doubt. But them... Nothing. But I'm going to tell you what, man, what a great day of racing that was. Braden Johnson locked it up, the 2-cycle kid kart championship for Nightmare Motorsports. Jaden Cordell, you've heard that name a lot in the red plate. He picked up the championship for the greatest of all times in red plate. Racing Hayes Jr. 1, Chase Williamson Jr. 2, Carter Langley Jr. 3, Braxton Parrish in the amateur division. Austin Banker picked up Animal Heavy. Andy Osborne in senior stock. Brad Beverly picked up the Predator. Tyler Seeley, my main man in number 86 machine in Clone Light. Austin Banker picked up Clone Medium. Andy Osborne Clone Heavy. Randy Garner Clone Super Heavy. Crystal Pate picked up the Who's Your Mama. And man, what a great race for the greatest of all time championship down at Triple T Raceway. I can't say enough about my main man down there, Terry Odom, and his family and all the stuff they got going on. This weekend coming up in go-karting, Southern Kartway down in Laura, South Carolina is racing Saturday, and the series 2018 Carolina Cup moved from Triple T. It is now at Hanging Rock Cartway in Kershaw, South Carolina, and they're going to be running down there this Saturday. So go check them out, man. A lot of great stuff coming up. In the mud racing side of things, the Blown Alcohol Madness down at Lee County Mud Motorsports Complex turned into a jet ski race. Literally, I mean,
I think we might actually have some pictures of them after they got done with that one right there. Not sure.
It was definitely a wet one, as Hurricane Flo decided to make her way on in. And just wanted to put it out there, the Clash of the Carolinas Racing Series is done for 2018. It is stated that John Vick has agreed to hold up his end of the deal and put $5,000 in for the championship, as well as Lee County Motorsports Complex putting in the $5,000 for the championship fund. The champions for each class will be determined by the position finished at the second race at Lee County Motorsports Complex. So there is going to be a payout, but they have closed down the Clash of the Carolinas for 2018, man. And, man, what's going on in the super late model world?
Well, I mean, I've been down in Disney for the past few days, and obviously we had a lot that was going to happen this week at Fayetteville Motor Speedway. And Swanee, want to go in on that a little bit?
Yeah, it's supposed to be a pretty big weekend this week, starting tomorrow with the Lucas race and all that, and Ultimate Clash. But the boys put in a phenomenal race at Batesville Sunday afternoon or whenever it was. Bobby Pierce, Ken Lamb and them.
Last turn.
Son, he threw it in there. Was that not pretty?
Mm-hmm.
He was pretty good. That team, they've had a lot of trouble here recently with motor and mechanical failures and stuff like that, so it was good to see him pick up a win. It was a day race. It was actually a pretty solid day race. And Dale McDowell picking up, was it Magnolia?
Yep, 12,000, I think.
They caught picking 100. Fergie picked up a win on Friday night. And the prelim night
that
picked up 4,000 on.
Chassis?
Yeah, you get one or follow one.
I seen Bloomquist up on top of the car again. What was it he just won last?
I can't remember. It was prelim.
He passes Jared Tall.
I think the last one he won was prelim at Eldora.
Yeah, that was it. And actually, that was the last time they had race. I mean, other than that,
we talked about it a little bit earlier with the upcoming of the $25,000 to win, and they posted the prize money. I mean, all the way through the field. Impressive, man. Impressive.
It really is, man. The second place is $10,000.
Good Lord.
Yep. And I'm going to go head out there because I've seen some people keep asking this question. And all you have to do is go to the Fayetteville Motor Speedway Facebook page, and you can find everything you need to know. Your tickets that you bought, you can use them next year for the Lucas Oil race, or you can use them for the Cash Money 100 2-day event. Correct, Swanee?
Yes, sir. It's for the value of the ticket. So
for the value of the ticket. And if you go to a weekly race,
it's just what it is.
It is what it is. No, but I thought I saw somewhere in the post that.
As far as I know, it's just for value of the ticket.
Okay.
It's just one night.
Go there and look up the information. I've seen a lot of people comment and asking the same question over and over and over and over.
Between that and everybody wanting to know what rules is what and am I all right? That's been one of the, But luckily, the Lucas Oil will be back in 2019 in June. Thank you, Lord. July is not a very good month around here due to rain and everything else. But June is normally pretty hot, but it's when we get a race in. Right. So it'll be good to have them boys back. And 2019 is looking good. The Big E let me in on a little secret the other night, and I think everybody's going to be pretty excited about. Two things, actually.
What is it?
I can't tell you, sir.
Oh, shit.
He'll tell me.
You almost got him.
But it's going to be a good 2019. 2018 is great. It's huge. 2018, but 2019 is loading up again. It's kind of the same thing. I'm pretty sure the first in Flight 100 will be back. But we got to get through the rest of the year. The next race will be October 6th. He's going to run. And I think there's going to be something special for the Pure Stock boys that night. Trying to finalize some deals on that, and they'll be pretty excited and pumped up.
What date is the Cash Money 100?
October 12th and 13th.
I really want to take my camper out there.
You got a camper?
Huh? We got a racing trailer, son.
Oh.
We're moving on up.
Oh, but we don't do none of that camping and
Hey.
racing trailers no more. We have retired from that.
Shoot, so let me tell you what. After the price that they quoted me for a gaming trailer, I was fixing to go get some black backdrops, hook up a couple Nintendos. I got an Atari. And we was gonna put an Atari in that thing and do it. Shoot, man, I like to pass out what they cost them gaming trailers cost. Have you ever $400 for like 2 hours?
Oh, I thought you were talking about building one.
Lawn chairs,
just
and an Atari.
Hey,
Oh,
I'm
just
gonna
to
tell
rent
you what,
one?
you want to make some money if you take one of them trailers and like me and you were talking about earlier, Lance, put you some iRacing rigs in there with some Oculus.
Oh, you make money.
You make a damn killing because then you can go to them dirt tracks, put them in an open wheel, a sprint car, a late model, a midget.
Great idea.
I
Midgets?
Been talking.
Have
about
some midgets in the trailer.
Yeah,
in
we
the
have
back
midgets
room.
too, yeah.
yeah.
Midgets would be kind of like in the down spot.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Hey, did y'all see where Chris Madden raced with pneumonia?
No.
No, that was the thing on Dirt. He must have got diagnosed with pneumonia last week or whenever, and he told him he had to race, so they gave him a shot in the rear end. He said that was pretty rough. There's an article on Dirt about it. But
what's going on, man? NASCAR's a big weekend coming up. Is this the first running of the
first running of the road course?
The Roval.
The Roval.
The
Same
Roval.
thing.
I've actually run on that.
The Lance has run on that.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
I think it's going to be a little sketchy. There's parts of the racetrack that are extremely narrow, and
doesn't it have like a lot of off-camber turns too?
Yeah, on the back, there's actually, they said there was a big rock right in the middle of the pits, and when they made the track, the actual road course goes over that rock, and it makes a pretty big off-camber turn.
Wow.
It's going to be fun. I'm actually really interested in this race. Any other race,
I've already set my schedule for Sunday. Yeah. I told the wife, I was like, I'm cooking on the grill and drinking beer, and I'm watching the Roval. That's what's going down.
They've pumped it up for sure. I think it'll be pretty good.
And they're making it where they're on the media stuff. They're making it sound like everybody's afraid of it.
Oh, shit.
Which, I mean, I would be too, first running. I think.
Well, they tore a lot of cars up and tested down there too.
Yeah.
And some of them hadn't even been. I think only half of them got to go to the tire test, which was the major teams, but some of the other guys. And I'm surprised not to see a lot of, back in the day, you see a lot of road ringers going there. You had Ron Fellows, Boris Said, and all them boys. You don't really see that anymore. And Justin Marks is going to run the Xfinity Series on Saturday, but other than that, he's really the only one that does it. I guess the boys had learned how to drive the road courses a little bit better now.
I know this is a little off cuff, but do they do any sprint car road course, or is it just straight oval?
I think it's straight oval.
Straight oval. It'd be kind of tough to turn that thing to the right.
Oh, you got power steering.
Kyle knows how
What
to
do
turn.
you mean? That's how they
to the
drive
right.
it. They turn it to the
In
right
Lakeview.
when they're running.
Yeah, we turn right, and then into something like Dukes of Hazzard.
Yeah.
Ask Ben how many times he turns left.
Oh, 4 times a lap.
No,
Yeah.
you turn it right, right?
Twice a lap.
You,
It's
you
right to
set
go
it.
left. I mean,
When you go in, do you set it? Is that how you
you're
do
facing
it?
left, but you're turning right.
Because you see a lot. I see a lot of them things, man. Like especially at Millbridge. Have you ever been up there? I love Millbridge, dude. Love Millbridge. So like they're rolling down, and then they'll hop in there and set it to the side. I love that, dude. That's so cool in sprints.
So they're in the playoffs, and the first 2 races were won by Brad Keselowski and Kyle Busch. So they're locked in right now. But Denny Hamlin, Eric Jones, Jimmy Johnson, and Clint Boyer are on the outside looking in. And I'm excited because we're probably going to go Saturday and Sunday. You said you're probably going to just stay around for Saturday. But other news was Ryan Newman's going to drive the 6 for Roush Fenway next year. The Benedetto's out of the 32 ride. AJ Allmendinger will not drive the 47 next year. Noah Gragson will drive 1 for Junior Motorsports in the Xfinity Series. And the Roval is a cutoff race, so there will be 4 people eliminated after this weekend.
Oh, cool, man. A lot of
Cool.
things going on. Definitely going to be one to watch. I might end up at your shop.
Come on over. Anybody's welcome. If you like drinking beer, you like chicken wings, you like watching racing, come on over.
And if you want to
Blaze
fight
will be there.
mosquitoes,
Yeah.
that's your man.
Man, y'all are heading down to 311.
Yes, sir. It's a 2-day show.
2-day show and the big sprints. And what is Carolina Sprint Tour?
Yes, sir.
Right. Now, this is a benefit or is a memorial race for someone, right?
Yes, sir. It's the Robert Perry Memorial Race.
Robert Perry Memorial.
Our good friend Tim Perry lost his dad throughout the race season. We're going to remember him and try to do some good.
Awesome, man. That's good stuff. Now, when is your guys' next race?
Our next race will be our final points race, October 20th at Durhamtown, Georgia. Then we'll have one more big Thanksgiving race that they do every year, the weekend of Thanksgiving.
They got the Rumble coming up. I think it's the Rumble coming up Thanksgiving weekend too, man. It's
You
gonna
reckon
be
it'll be below Arctic temperatures that weekend again?
Ooh, I'm gonna cook some chili regardless.
If it ain't cold at the Rumble and the race for kids, it ain't right.
That's right.
That's what I told somebody the other day.
That's
It's like,
close
man,
our
it's gonna
bins
be
a race for
it's
kids.
gonna be nice at race for kids. I said, dude, I said, just wait. That's gonna be the first frost of the year right there.
Mm-hmm.
It's always
is.
freezing in that
Always
damn
is.
place.
Pretty much guaranteed.
And they love it, son.
Yeah. Well, you got anything on drag racing, man? I haven't heard anything about drag racing.
Man, I've been working hard.
I know
Thank
the
you,
feeling.
Hurricane.
Yeah. But how about y'all guys put a video up the other day of that body flying off of that car?
Yeah, that was pretty wild there.
Yeah.
Stevie, wait a minute. Some drag races. Stevie Fast did win in the, I think it was Pro Stock down there. I want to give a shout out to Stevie Fast. He's done a lot in NHRA lately, winning, and I mean, he's not just a grudge racer or anything. He's making it big in NHRA.
And if you guys didn't see that purple Mustang that disintegrated, didn't have a roll cage in it. You know, and a lot of these drag cars, people's telling me, or I've been reading a lot of posts and stuff where these drag cars don't have cages. You know, it's very unsmart. Very. I mean, literally, go on Kelvin Stevens' page, and it's crazy. That car literally disintegrated on the track.
I think I did read where Tanner Gray's going to come over from NHRA. And,
That is correct.
And go to NASCAR. I'm not sure the guy he's racing for, or what he's going to do. I don't know if he's going to be truck Xfinity.
Good call. I
or-
forgot about that.
Robbie Drawhorn actually picked up a win. I seen him.
I thought I saw that on Facebook.
Yeah, winner's circle or whatever they call that with drag racing.
Winner straight.
Winners.
I hear you, Robbie
spot.
Drawhorn.
Drawhorn picking it up. So right now we got a special thing, man, coming in the house, and we have done the tallies on everything. I am not. We did not bring pie tonight to shove in anybody's face, but.
Should've.
Or Crow.
Oh, is this the movies?
So this is the best racing movie of all time. We're going to turn it over to Racing
How
Ryan.
many people on that post?
And over 78,000 we reached on that
78,000
one
people.
post. On that
Thank
one
you all
post.
the people that shared it.
It was sponsored by Sunkiss.
Yeah.
Oh, while he's opening that, I was reading. It was pretty interesting today. Greg Houghton is going to win the points. I think is it Hagerstown? Not Hagerstown. One of them tracks up there. He's going to win the points for that thing because he's so far ahead. So they were talking about, oh, we'll cancel the points, and the track was like, well, we're not going to cancel the points because he'd still win regardless. Because I think he's 275 out, and to win the race is 250. So I think that's pretty cool that he's going to go out as a champion.
Yeah,
that is cool.
Yeah.
Racing Ryan, would you like
All
to
right.
reveal who is the best movie of all time? Drum roll.
So out of the four that we pulled up, here's your winner.
Days of Thunder.
Whatever, dude. Read picking a
Six pack came in with 107. Strucker Race came in with 47. Days of Thunder did come in with 85. And Ricky Bobby come in at a whopping 11. Yeah, come in at a whopping 11. But you know what's funny, man, is we were like, pick 1, 2, 3, or 4. And people were like, I don't like either one of them. No, I want you to pick one of them. I don't care if you like it or not. I want you to,
I liked when people were actually picking them in a row because everybody likes all of them. But
Yeah.
They just liked one more.
Yeah, yeah. But, it was a really good thing. And we got to do more of that, dude. Like
Absolutely.
over 78,000. And how about the weather on the threes the other day? 575,000 views.
You got a lot of
What happened with the pool float, though?
He went viral.
I was hoping to see a follow-up on that with some black eyes. or
He
something.
went viral.
I got took out, dog.
Yeah. Thank your wife for that one.
Yeah.
I woke up in Disney.
I
I
believe
was
she had
just
too much
scrolling
fun
through
that day.
Facebook, and I see Rooster. I'm like, oh, that's good. And then I see down in the corner, it was like, 124,000 views. I was like, what in the hell has he got naked on here?
Yeah. And immediately he calls me. He's like, "You've got to set up a YouTube." I mean, like he went straight into manager mode. He's like, "Rooster, you got to set up a YouTube, and here's what you got to do. You got to start
We need to
promoting
get
it."
at least 1,000 subscribers. We need 4,000 watch hours.
Yeah.
I was like,
And I posted that one video. I got 4,000 views on YouTube on that one,
Yeah.
and then I think we reached over 200 and something subscribers
You did.
that
You-
afternoon.
yeah,
It's
you
pretty
did good,
cool.
man.
So we're trying to push. Don't forget, Shine Runners has YouTube too, and you can actually. I kicked back before the power went out. That's what I was watching on my big screen. I got checking us out on the big screen, dude. So we're on TV. We're movie stars. It's
Hey,
great.
my neighbor, bless his heart, he had this generator going, and it sounded like an old flathead going on. That thing, I was sitting there, and I was by myself, you know, in the dark, just sitting there, just wondering, hoping, and praying the power was gonna come back on, because I was sitting there counting every time that thing would pop, though. You know,
Sound like old hit.
oh, Bo, it was terrible.
Is that the same one with the rooster that crows at about 6 o'clock in the
Yeah,
afternoon?
his rooster's all screwed up, man. His rooster crows at 3 o'clock in the afternoon instead of in the morning when the sun comes up.
There's Mama Swamp. We were rained out for the race. We were supposed to race that weekend. And so it kind of, I kept looking out the door, had the generator running beside the trailer. You know, it's kind of made me feel like I was at the racetrack.
Yeah, for 5 minutes.
Other than that part, it was pretty peaceful around here. The generators, I don't know what Mary had going on. Her generator did not stop the entire weekend. Did not even put fuel in it.
Man.
So I don't know what she had going on over
Must
there.
have been a Honda.
So, Mama Swan, how you feel about that 6-pack? Huh?
There you go.
So now that we got all three of you guys here, tell us about the discrepancy about yellow stripes on.
All right, folks, that's
rookies.
it for tonight. We'll see you next week or whenever we have another show.
And look for, we're fixing to start doing Roosters trivia, possibly at Deep Creek Grill on Thursdays, like
Hey,
one
that's
Thursday a month. You know?
Cool.
Yep. So look for Roosters trivia, man. We're gonna have a good time with that.
Well, and
Good food.
Now, before we get out of here, I want to talk to Ben real quick about something that's really important. You know, the autism sprint. Tell
Yes.
us more about exactly how that came about. You know, you've got Panasonic scanners, which I know plays a big part to help people with autism. Tell us exactly how I mean, from the very beginning of the autism sprint, how that came about.
Well, it was my first year in micro sprints, and I met that kid. One of our fellow drivers had a son with autism, and he came to the track one day.
Watch out, man. I think I got him.
You got him.
But he came to the track, and I got to meet him, and I thought it'd be a cool thing to do. And Dad said, "Let's wait till next year," and then we set up a Facebook page, and it just kept growing and growing and growing. And then we wanted to move up to full size cars because.
And actually, that's what we've got on the screen right here is your full size. And now you've decked this thing out. This is the autism sprint.
It's beautiful, by the way.
Yeah. And you actually have you have names in some of those
On the micro sprint, we do.
puzzle pieces.
We decided not to do it this year. We debated on it a lot, but it was so much work to keep up the car, and we thought we were wishing we could, but we just didn't have the man hours to do it.
Right.
And now there's a lot of people, because I know that right here you've got the autism sprint shirt with all your sponsors, Panasonic scanners and stuff. And where can people go to get one of these shirts?
They can go to the autism sprint dot.
And I'm gonna tag that.
org, I think, or dot com.
Dot something.
The dot something, yeah.
Autismsprint.com.
Yes, sir.
Okay, I tagged the Facebook page in there. Now I'm gonna go back, and it's the www.
The autism sprint.
theautism.com. Whoops.
Daggone, Bo.
Now, do you like driving this one better than you do the micro?
Yes, sir. It's a whole lot more power on your foot, and then just the bigger crowds and everything.
What's your average speed in that thing?
Average speed. When I first tested a sprint car,
Fast.
it was. I think we were averaging 94 on a dry slick track.
Good gracious.
And now tell some folks how the Panasonic scanners came into play with sponsoring you this year when you went into the big car.
It's kind of a funny story. My mom and dad went to my mom's work's Christmas party, and they work together with my mom's the company my mom works for, and my dad went to go on a smoke break, and one of the guys from Panasonic was out there.
That's awesome.
They started talking, and Dad just wanted to try to find someone to sponsor the wrap because it's a lot of car to wrap.
Oh, it is.
Yeah.
We got talking with the guy over the scanner division, and he said, "Man, I like what you're doing. My son's autistic. I'd like to help somebody out," and they came on board with us, and it's made races so much easier.
And now you guys have when you go to the track, you actually have Panasonic scanners or headphones and stuff. Where if there's anybody that is autistic, that when they go to the track, because sometimes those loud noises and stuff that really kind of triggers them.
Yes, sir.
But they can put these silencing headphones on, and they can still watch the race and enjoy it and everything else, right?
Yes, sir. And I use them every time I crank up the car. It gets quiet.
They're noise canceling. That they just drown it exactly out so these kids can enjoy it. And that's, man, what you guys have done is really awesome. Y'all have done a lot for autism, man, and I just want to commend you on that because it doesn't get enough recognition or it doesn't attention for these kids. I mean, it's actually, speaking of the Oculus thing, if you go in there, they actually have a thing that what it's like, or a simulation of what it might be like to be autistic, and it's nuts. I mean, you can't focus on anything because everything is multiplied millions of times. I mean, just, you know, if there's someone over there tapping their foot, it's like 400 times louder than what me and you hear, you know, and it's nuts. So thank you guys for all you're doing to bring attention to that, man. And y'all make sure you go visit their website, their Facebook page, and make sure you go and get a T-shirt from them. That helps them out tremendously.
Slide them, go check them out at 311 this week.
Yeah, go to 311 check. I was very disappointed. Did Fayetteville get rained out for you?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, but did they reschedule it?
No, sir.
Are you going to be at Fayetteville at all, or?
We don't know yet. It's kind of still in the works.
Well, hopefully you guys, because I really was looking forward to that race.
Yeah. What's your favorite track in that car?
So far, I'm really liking Port Royal. It's a fun track. I mean, you're racing in people's front yard.
Now, that's what your dad was telling. Now, that's the track, right? He was telling me y'all were pulling in, and you're, like, going down this neighborhood road with, like, houses, like, right off the road, and all of a sudden you just turn right into the racetrack, right?
Yes, sir. It's in the middle of a town in Pennsylvania. We had a Amish guy pull in front of us.
Really?
It was funny because one of
you had some horsepower pulling in front of you.
Yeah. 8 horsepower.
Yeah, 8 horsepower. 1 horsepower.
Was he? I don't want to sound stupid, but I'm probably fixing to. Was he pulling a race car or?
No, he was.
He
was like a horse and buggy.
Oh, they're Amish, Rooster.
Oh, you might want to race,
hey,
boy.
They drag race them buggies. I want here.
Yeah, they don't drive cars or anything.
Nah,
it's horse and
hey,
buggy.
when we went to
Horse and
Mansfield,
buggy.
we were in Amish country, dude.
They
That's
were
all they were
everywhere.
doing was out there. They had
You
their
can usually
drawers
tell.
hanging from lines and stuff, man.
Just look on the side of the road. You can see where they ride.
Yeah.
I wonder, is there like a Amish buggy race?
There is. They drag race. Almost drag. Yes.
That's probably like really high stakes Amish stuff.
We
right
really need to get somebody. We really need to talk to someone about that. So if
We gotta go to
anybody knows
Pennsylvania.
anybody who is a hot rod Amish driver, let us know. Let us know.
That's gonna be
Look.
the new ticket right there.
But getting back to what you're saying, so you're basically racing right in the middle of this town, and Pennsylvania is known for being a really big
Racing.
sprint car.
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
Racing
they're
machine.
really, really big up there.
Yeah, people
So
leave everywhere
they
to go
probably
to
don't
Pennsylvania
care,
to
yeah.
sprint race.
Yeah, and now Port Royal, what big races do they have there? Is that the King's Royal? Is that?
No, that's 410.
Is it? Okay.
That's the big money teams.
Right.
But it was we just went on a weekly night. And they have a traveling series up there, the past series, and it's a lot like the Carolina Sprint Tour, but they just race all the big name track. Like
Right.
At the end of the year, we're going up there, and well, I guess it is the end of the year.
What?
A couple weeks, we're going up to Port Royal and Williams Grove in the same week.
And you're actually running 2 series, right?
3.
Three series in 1 year.
Man.
I mean, how do you now? You were gonna try to attempt the Rookie of the Year, and is it 1 or all 3?
It's not really the not really past series. We're just kind of going up there once in a while and racing.
Mhm.
But right now we're working on national points. I doubt we'll get it there. There's some people that's making racing every weekend. And we're
Right.
kind of taking our time, but we're looking decent in the Carolina Sprint Tour points. I think there's 4 of us in the top 5 that are 3 of us in the top 5. We're points apart.
Right.
Nice.
It'll come down to 311. It'll be an action-packed night.
Oh, man, I'm hoping the best for you, and I hope everybody will please go and visit the autismsprint.com and their Facebook page, and make sure you support them as much as you can.
And while you're talking about sprint cars, Matt Riggs has his 600 for sale right now. Bronzy Lawson, he's got a QRC box stock right now, $1,700. And if anybody out there knows of I reckon that it's a 270 chassis for these junior sprints. We're looking one for Wyatt. And I got to send out a shout out to Freedom Property Management, State Farm, Ron Prater, Temple Mechanical, and Quality Towing. These guys have sponsored the trailer. So what we're doing, and we still have spaces available. AJ is actually working on the design. We have $250 for a 12-inch by 12-inch spot on the trailer. $175 for a 6-inch by 6-inch spot. Now, this carries on through the whole 2019 season and probably through 2020 because I'm not going to change it. You know what I'm saying? But I'm at $250.
You're a hell of a salesman.
And this trailer, man, I'm telling you, it's going to be everywhere. When we do our events, when we go places, I mean, it's going to be like a rolling billboard. So if anybody wants to get on the trailer, hit me up, let me know.
Should be a Jersey
and
Mike's.
We'll get you put on there.
Speaking of Jersey Mike's, I wanted to bring this up because I thought of you as soon as that. So when
There
we
was topless
let,
dancers there?
I wish I would. Yeah, I didn't say that to my wife if she's watching. Anyhow, so we flew out from Orlando. Then we had to fly south. Like we had to fly further into Florida, to Fort Lauderdale. We got off the plane. We
Love
went
that
into,
place.
and there was a Jersey Mike's right there. And I was like, holy shit, Jersey Mike's, great subs. We'll get it Mike's Way, the club sub, Mike's Way, however. And I got it just because I know Jinx is a big Jersey Mike's supporter. So in the Fort Lauderdale airport, I got a Jersey Mike's sub because you're sponsored by them.
We're actually 2 stores wide now. We got a new one that sponsors us in Aberdeen, as well as the one that's on Boone Trail.
And we're going to be talking to them coming up soon. We put out a casting call thing to, if folks are out there, if you're a car owner, if you're a race fan, if you want whatever, you know what I'm saying?
Sponsor.
Give us a call. Sponsor.
This is a new sponsor too, so I want to hear what he has to say too.
Yeah.
And I got one more question for the panel. I want to run this around because I was listening to NASCAR XM radio this morning, and I think it was Mike Bagley and I think Pete Pistone or the guys there on the morning show on it, and they were talking about Martin Truex Jr. leaving because obviously his team is shutting down. He's moving to Joe Gibbs next year, and I don't know if it is or not, if he's going to the 19 or if he is going to keep the 78. And I can't remember which one it was saying, well, I don't really think numbers are a big deal.
What?
And I was kind of like,
that defines who you are.
I can honestly say.
How do you feel about a number? And not just saying NASCAR. I'm saying specifically just as a local racer. How do you feel? I know you're the 23. Is
for life.
For life.
I'm going to put it to you this way. How family number 23 is to us, we'll be riding down the road. And there'll be a gas that'll be like $2.30. Well, I'd be like, look, Dad, 23. You know what I'm saying? 23 is ingrained in us, literally,
it's everywhere.
Literally, my son was born on March 23rd, and I was raising the roof.
And that's
you know what I'm saying?
Yes, you were.
I was raising the roof, which it was cool because Mama's birthday's on the 22nd. And I was like, either way, this is going to be great because it's either Mama's birthday or on our racing number. And 23 is already ingrained in Wyatt.
And I was born on the 24th, so that's why my number is 24.
Yeah.
My son, both my sons, one's born on the 22nd, one on the 18th. So it's even numbers, whatever. What do you think, Racing Brian?
Well, with NASCAR, I believe it's all about what the sponsor wants. I doubt they'd switch over from 19 to 78.
Now, but back in the day.
But go
ahead.
My reasoning behind that, they were saying, well, Joe Gibbs has already got all this money invested in the 19 and all this marketing stuff. And I'm like, yeah, but what the hell has he won? The 78 just won a championship, you know?
Yeah. Now, personal, because I'm number one, I'd want to keep number one. Just remember that.
Hey, man, you got to get it somewhere or the other, so you might as well pick that one.
Right.
Swanee?
Numbers are everything. You have iconic numbers such as 43, 3, 18. On down the line, 48 is now iconic number. 24 is now iconic
0.
number. 0 and stuff like that. If you take away any of those numbers, let's say whenever Richard Petty decides to retire and Richard Childress or whoever buys that car, if they change the font or if they change the number or get rid of the number or whatever, that is one pillar gone. So that or one that's left that is connects now to then. Everybody recognizes that number. So it means a lot. The history. You say, oh man, the 43 did this, this, and this a long time ago. 3 the same way, and you can't take that number away.
Right.
Just like Deborah Brown just posted, 50 holds a special place to their race team.
Yeah.
Numbers are real.
Yeah.
Hey, Ben, how about the 7?
Oh, my road's kind of rocky, but it's a superstitious thing. I don't like changing my number. Last time I changed my number, my season didn't go too.
I had an issue with a trailer.
It's the wrong color.
I had an issue with a trailer one time.
And now, Lance, we know you've always had the 4 ever since.
He hated it.
Never changed.
Well, the story behind that one is the first go-kart race my dad took me to, I wanted to be number 3. I wanted Dale Earnhardt. That was
right.
me. I went to the go-kart track. Every kid out there was a number 3. And I'm like, man, I don't want to be something that everybody else is.
Right.
So I tried to find a number that nobody had. And 4, I noticed nobody's got number 4 and it's close to 3. And so that's where it came from, and it's just stuck. And it's, and like they say, the numbers, you couldn't imagine Scott Bloomquist in a number 78 car. You couldn't imagine Dale Earnhardt in a 10 car. It wouldn't be right. Numbers go with the driver.
Yeah.
To a certain extent. Now, if somebody paid me to
go
drive, somebody's car that was a, whatever number, I don't care. I'm gonna do it.
Yeah.
But for the fans' sake, the fans look at it as
they relate to each driver with that number.
Exactly.
All right, so think about a number that was there's 2 numbers that come to mind of things when they changed. All right, the 88 being one of them. Dale Jarrett carried the quality care UPS 88 forever. Okay, from the time he started Robert Yates to the time he retired and went to Michael, or right before he retired and went to Michael Wadsworth, he's turned to 44. That right there in itself didn't work. Dale Jarrett has always been 88 and will always be 88. He's not 44 when he changed.
Well, he was
Michael
18 though. Too.
Well, 18.
That was at the
But he
beginning
didn't
of
really
Joe
make that iconic, though. I think that was more of the
Are you
Labonte.
serious? He won the 500 in that one.
That's about it.
Yeah, but that was it.
I mean, but seriously.
But that was it.
One
Labonte won championships and he was in it longer. Like Tony Stewart in the 20. Okay, he won championships in it and done everything. So okay,
so did Davey Allison made the 28 iconic? Hell yeah, he did. Come on, man. You gotta think about that.
He did.
I'm glad nobody's running that.
Okay, so then they took the Morgan McClure, Sterling Marlin, Ernie Irvin. They took that 4 out. That team closed up shop and they got rid of the 4 completely. That was an iconic number.
Kevin Harvick.
No.
No.
What?
No.
No.
What?
No.
Come on now.
You don't think Kevin Harvick?
Okay, so when you think of so wipe that completely out. When you think of number 4 in NASCAR, what's one of the first cars you think of?
Well, I mean,
Me,
yeah.
personally,
I mean,
it's
obviously,
Kodak
yeah.
number 4 from Morgan McClure.
Well, yeah, I think about that, but
Not
I mean,
this Bush Beater.
now it would
whatever.
be
Jimmy
it would
Johns.
be different if someone got in the 4 and they just were crappy. But I mean, Kevin Hart, man, come on, dude, he's tearing it up. You don't
Maybe
think he
down
deserves to be up
down the
there
road.
as a-
Down the road, yes, but it's always
too new.
I remember
It's-
Kevin
yeah.
Harvick more about a 29 than
Yeah,
because
because he won that when he won the first race. The whole deal. But
Yeah, but you're remembering that because he won it because he was in Dale Earnhardt's old car.
AJ, what in the hell has he done that
Easy there, Chief.
compares to whatever that the others did in the Kodak 4?
He
In this corner.
Maybe if you're like
did he not win a championship in the
maybe
4?
if you're like 13 and you only know that he drove that Ford and that's it.
Did he win a championship in the
Yes,
4?
he won a championship in the 4, but that
I rest
doesn't
my
mean
case.
it's okay. Whatever. You win a championship in 24.
You're Jeff Gordon.
Yeah.
Not necessarily.
Okay, let's end it. I'm getting hot.
Keep it going. I can see your cheeks are getting rosy.
No, I'm not saying. I'm
No.
just saying the guy Mike Bagley, whoever, he said he doesn't really care. He said I don't think the number matters. And the point that I was trying to make is like if it was Martin Truex Jr., if I had the choice, if I was him, I mean, what did he do in the 56?
nothing.
Exactly.
Make a
But he
mockery
was in
of
the
himself.
78. I'm kind of superstitious too. I would rather, if I had the choice to run the 78 or the 19, which I did run the 19, I did shitty in it. I'm
Yes,
going to
you
run the
did.
78. So I'm just saying.
I think they'll do 78 if they bring Barney Visser in somehow.
Barney Visser.
Nah, Barney Visser's done.
No, that whole deal went away when Joe Gibbs won it. That's to me personally, that's what I think happened.
You would have to bring in the 78.
Joe Gibbs.
It's hands down. That's what
a
you
lot of
go
hostility
I
in
think-
NASCAR.
well,
That's all I
I
gotta
think-
say.
I'm sorry, but I'm trying to vent on this because Joe Gibbs wanted Martin Truex Jr. on his team. They were working as a subcontractor. Visser was paying Joe Gibbs
State
for all the
Farm.
technology.
State Farm.
Exactly. And Joe Gibbs jacked the price way up to where he couldn't afford it anymore.
Yeah.
And that's why they closed down.
I would go for Dynaco.
Okay, but
Me
let's
too.
do this.
All day.
The whole
Or
the whole,
Rusty's.
Good job.
The whole Eris thing with Daniel Suarez, that was a bum deal. We all know, and anybody can say whatever
You're a
they want
bum
to.
kid.
Eris bought out Carl Edwards to move that boy up. And he has done jack squat.
I agree with that.
Now, what is he going to do? He ain't got no ride.
Uh-uh.
Unless that sponsor goes. Tony Stewart don't want him unless Eric goes. They want his sponsor money. They don't want him.
That's what
no,
NASCAR
hold
is
on.
nowadays.
Well,
Yeah, that's what
yes,
NASCAR.
but
Hell, anybody can get in NASCAR if you got enough money.
well, but
I'm on my way there.
I'm just waiting to win the lottery.
Exactly. Me and you.
State Farm.
Somebody else's money is about the
Anyhow,
only way
all
to
right,
get to NASCAR.
Well, matter of fact, that should be our next little poll here. What is an iconic number to you?
What is the only number? Here's a little trivia question for you guys. What is the only number that a NASCAR driver's had in the Cup Series his entire career?
Probably Earnhardt.
Gore.
No, not Earnhardt, because he had the 2 when he first started.
Here, a little bit of 30, now 35, a little 35, now
wait,
40, now 42. now
That's a
50.
good one. I don't.
I don't.
A current driver or
No,
There's a current driver that has one.
Denny Hamlin?
No.
No.
It's 43 Richard Petty, is everybody saying?
No,
over here?
it's still right.
Huh?
It was-
We'll tune in next
Yeah,
time. Everybody
tune in
go ahead
next
and
time.
comment on that.
Comment.
And we'll
Let us
see
know.
who wins.
There you go.
There you go. Let's do it.
Yeah.
We're not going to do it now. Well, I'm just saying we'll just keep it for the next time.
So what is the question? So that way we can make the post.
What is the active driver
Oh.
in Cup that has had the same number his entire Cup career? Active driver
Active
right now.
driver.
Right now?
I don't know.
Richard Petty didn't even have 43 through his entire
No,
Cup
sir.
career.
But anyway, there's a little one here. Donovan
I
brought
don't
up a
pay
good
attention
point.
enough to NASCAR.
Yeah.
He's not active, but I'm just putting that out there.
So Donovan brought up a thing about the 18 on Bloomer's car and when he switched to 0. There's a whole article on that why he chose the 0, and it's
Yeah.
very good.
It is. I read that.
It's got a lot of meaning to it. I just thought maybe it was a thing, but you go up and read that. Maybe I'll find it and tag it on there. But everybody needs to go read that. That's one of them deals where it's an iconic number and what makes it that and what's special to him. So
My wife chose a 0, and that's a good article. Just
anyway,
saying.
let's think about that one.
All right.
So coming up on the next show, man, we've got Sean Harold's going to actually be coming in with us. Going to be gearing up for that Cash Money 100, and we got a special person coming in as well. When are we going to do karaoke, guys? I mean, what's up?
That ship is sailed.
That ship is sailed.
Did we get enough views or enough likes?
No, sir.
No,
we did not.
No, we didn't get 1,000.
They failed.
We got the 3,500 followers, 3,585.
So
I
we got
think.
halfway there.
Yeah,
That's not bad.
Oh, but when we get to 4,000, it's going to be a pink tutu night right here at the Steel.
Whoa, no.
Guarantee you.
Hell,
Gonna
it could
be
be a
good.
pink tutu night right now.
All right, let's cut it out.
Man, again, thank you guys so much for coming out tonight, and a big thanks to Lisa from Crown Trophy, and definitely to go to Lance West Facebook page. He's always posting where they're racing coming up next, and check out the side. That's interesting stuff, y'all. Jumping hills, all kinds of stuff going on side by side racing. So
Anybody that's got a side by side that put you a 4-point harness and a few little safety things, and you can come racing. We do a GP race, which is a few jumps in Georgia, but they also do a 2-hour endurance night race. So if you don't really like doing the jumps, you can do a race in the woods, like a rally type race. So that's pretty intense at night.
awesome, good stuff. And this weekend, go check out my main man here, Mr. Ben McCall, and the McCall family will be down 311, turning up the juice. And
I bet you underneath that helmet when he's in that race car, he's an animal.
I mean, everybody
But look
turns
at-
into
he's
something
so-
when you put that helmet on.
He's so quiet and just.
I bet you are too. You're a snail.
He's already got salty on.
Cut it off.
Kind
Cut it off.
Kind of like a parrot.
Yeah, that's what.
Yeah, anyway, well, man, thanks so much for everybody tuning in tonight. We greatly appreciate each and every one of you for listening and viewing. And don't forget to comment on the question that they were asking. I already forgot what it was. But a huge shout out to Raging Rooster Catering, A1 Portable Toilets, A1 Landscaping and Lot Clearing, Temple Mechanical, Fast Tracks Mud Bog, Bellinger Signs and Graphics, Redline Speed Shop, Captain Rooster Flags, TNT Speed Shop, Kannapolis, North Carolina, CNN Pressure Washing, Ronald Prater, State Farm Insurance, State Farm Insurance.
State Farm.
And ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of the man, the myth, the legend, Hollywood himself, Racing Ryan, Swanee, Mr. McCall, and Lance West, and my main man back here in the back, Kyle Jinks, y'all. We're going to take it out of here, brother. Y'all have a good
Later.
week.